So one of those guys is going to be the winner. They're all looking forward to it. It's good innovation from the board, the Bangladesh Cricket Board, and something new for the fans. Backs away, tries to find the gap in the covers, does find it, and does get the 4 runs that they badly need, and rather spoils the over. 134 for 5.
পেরিয়ে দূরত্বের সীমানা, জীবনের নতুন সম্ভাবনাগুলো আজ পাড়ি দেয় বহু পথ। আপনার নতুন দারাজ।
How easy to sign up on Daraz? Easy? Way too easy? The answer is way too easy. Download the Daraz app from Play Store or App Store. Open the Daraz app on your phone. Click on the account icon. Then click on the login or sign up. Enter the verification code sent to your phone. And that's it. You have successfully created an account on Daraz. Now, for any need, just Daraz it.
Raced away, per se, going at around 7.5 runs per over. They'd like to finish at least with another 16 runs, get to that psychological number of about 150 plus. Crushes that away and straight to the fielder. Thought of a run, send back, the throw misdirected, allows that single eventually to be taken, maybe some more. Oh, they're getting faltering under pressure here a little bit.
I don't think that was a wise decision by the fielder at backward point. Probably had a chance of a run out, but at that point in the game, see, the batsman was even in, and then poor feeling in the backing up part of it resulted in 2 runs. Yes, he's not happy, but he shouldn't have thrown the ball in the first instance.
And as the ball went through the outfield with it due in, it would have collected a bit of moisture. Maybe that fielder backing up took his eyes off for a second. Make a lot of different excuses for that misfield. But they didn't like it, understandably. Irfan is practically throwing his bat at virtually everything. It's not getting the timing right, he's not getting the placement right, and he's only got 9 out of 13 deliveries.
One of the reasons is he's looking to hit everything extremely hard. And if the timing, if he's not working, you probably need to do something a little bit different. Maybe try a bit of innovation, something slightly different, because he's been trying that ever since, and it hasn't been working for him.
It's been working for Curtis Kamfer. He's settled down into playing in Bangladesh for the first time, and that's good in the BPL. 29 of 19. Waits with the slow delivery, and that's going to go. It's a
He waited and hit it exactly where he wanted to hit it, and the fielder, the deep cover boundary, covered a lot of ground, but all in vain. Took the dive out as well.
The commitment has been there in the outfield for Fortune Borishal. And look at that lovely ground under the floodlights, the grassy banks, the other end, grandstands it on your right. Cheeky, not effective. And it's a wide.
I'm not so sure about that wide. Yes, and the bowler isn't impressed either. He switched, that's correct. I'm with you, skipper. He switched, and if he switched, I don't think that should be a wide. That's harsh. Look at that, he switched. And the ball passed over the bat. How could that be a wide? That's a poor decision.
I have to take goes into consideration. If you're switching, if you're going into the line, that would not be considered. And Yorker once again, this time from Kamrul Islam Rabbi.
Let's have a look at this again. You tell me about this. How could that be a wide? Really? Not in this world. I'm sorry. That's a poor decision.
Sometimes, people might be confused a little bit. Remember when a batsman, if a ball's wide outside the off stump, if batsman standing his ground, you'd say it's wide. But if it's moving across to the line of the ball, the umpires don't normally give wide. Similarly, with that switch that he made, you'd consider that would not be considered a wide. But we move on, Curtly.
Yes, we'll move on. I've made my point, and there's no point harping along. Good delivery, short pitch. Try to be innovative. Slow delivery into the pitch. Didn't get a hold of it. Good delivery.
One over the shoulder. Short, swung around, didn't quite get hold of it. Thank you, gone. That was well directed, and maybe they're looking at, oh my goodness, that's a second bouncer, thus the no ball. Oh dear, oh dear.
I was just about to say Kamrul deserved that wicket. But there's a bit of a debate going on. Is it going to be ruled out, or is it going to be ruled a no ball?
See the height of that, standing outside his crease. How high is it? Oh, it's just, well, it's over the shoulder, but what would it have been? The front foot's okay. Over the shoulder, if you're standing at his crease.
Yeah, look at that. He's way out of his crease. Still going on the front foot. At that point of impact, yes, he's over the shoulder. But what if he was in his regular stance? What would be the result?
That's it. Well, it has been, I think, finally decided. Very unfortunate. And that has been confirmed as a no ball, and it's going to be signaled as a free hit. Salt rubbed into the wound.
I am convinced that in the near future, they should just get a bowling machine at both ends and just program the ball to bowl in one area. This is ridiculous. Cricket's supposed to be a contest between bat and ball, but it's 90% for the batsman. How could that be cricket? Get a bowling machine, put it there, and just program it, and that's it.
Well, so very unfortunate for Kamrul Rabbi. He's got to keep his cool and bowl this free hit delivery. Well, that was on the cards. It's gone for the maximum. The slug sweep for the maximum of the last ball of the over, and the 150 comes up. 150 for 5.
How easy to sign up on Daraz? Easy? Way too easy? The answer is way too easy. Download the Daraz app from Play Store or App Store. Open the Daraz app on your phone. Click on the account icon. Then, click on the login or sign up. Enter your phone number. Click Next. Enter the verification code sent to your phone. And that's it. You have successfully created an account on Daraz. Now, for any need,
rubbing salt into the wound of poor Cameron.
That was lucky getting his first boundary from a free hit. Now that reverse has paid off. He's looking to innovate for the last couple of overs. Did not succeed on that occasion. Bit of good fortune.
I'm wondering if he had missed that, if the umpire would have called a wide.
Oh dear. Would it have been interesting? Well, oh my God, once again it's a no ball. Now what's that for? The second time the catch has been taken in the deep.
What is going on here? Has to be a front foot infringement. Oh yes, and I cannot believe a spinner. That is something I can't understand. I would never accept spinner bowling no balls. What a thing.
Well, the last few overs have had it all.
Well, I did say one way or the other there'll be some excitement. Sure is.
Backs away, and the bowler tries to follow. He's got a hold of it. It's over corner for the maximum.
The challengers are really bowlers.
And the free hit brings up the 306 of the tournament. More innovation and more runs to boot. This is becoming a huge over.
It certainly is. It's a disastrous over. 17 already, with 2 deliveries still to go. The Fortune Barishal, they're losing it.
And a person who bowls so meticulously, who keeps so calm under pressure, Shakib Al Hasan, has been taken to the cleaners. Well, cricket is a great leveler. Just cannot afford to bank on your laurels. You've got to produce the goods all the time. And that drags it forward. There's the single, bit of an anticlimax there. Into the last delivery of the innings. Chattogram have done well, going up to 168 for 5. What's in store from this last ball from Shakib Al Hasan? Going to be Irfan. He moves across and he almost gets bowled. They go scampering through. There's going to be a run out. And that is another wicket down. That is also eventually the end of the innings.
What a way to finish the 20th over. 18 runs coming from that, from Shakib Al Hasan. The last 4 overs, Roshan, 57 runs conceded. That was the big last 4 overs. The Fortune Barishal lost it completely, and the Chattogram challengers cashed in.
Well, that's the run out, just a confirmation. Just thought I'd give it a try, why not? And simple for Shakib to pop the bails off, finish off the innings. 168 for 6. Let's have a look at the batters. 11 was when the first wicket fell, and then at 36 for 2, you'd think the Chattogram challengers were under a bit of pressure. And then Camphor got into the act. Afif, while he was there, played a good innings for 37. And then Irfan and Camphor built up that 66-run partnership to take them to a position of comfort.
Look at that partnership between Irfan and Camphor, 66 from 42. That made the difference in getting the Chattogram challengers to 168 in 20.
Well, the bowlers were reasonably happy. Shakib, surprisingly, with that last big over with the bat, went for a few runs, but Wicket shared between Khalid Ahmed, the local boy, and Kamrul Islam Rabbi. 2 each for them. All right, so the Fortune Borishal team required 169 runs at a run rate of 8.45. There's going to be a short break, and we hope you're going to join us after the break for the chase.
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
আমার টক টাইম
ডান
মিতিরার আমার ইন্টারনেট
ডান। মাই রবি অ্যাপের মাই ফ্যামিলিতে সবার জন্য পুরো মাসের প্ল্যান কিনুন একবার। রবি।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
আমার টক টাইম
ডান
মিতিরার আমার ইন্টারনেট
ডান। মাই রবি অ্যাপের মাই ফ্যামিলিতে সবার জন্য পুরো মাসের প্ল্যান কিনুন একবার। রবি।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
আমার টক টাইম
ডান
মিতিরার আমার ইন্টারনেট
ডান। মাই রবি অ্যাপের মাই ফ্যামিলিতে সবার জন্য পুরো মাসের প্ল্যান কিনুন একবার। রবি।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
আমার টক টাইম
ডান
মিতিরার আমার ইন্টারনেট
ডান। মাই রবি অ্যাপের মাই ফ্যামিলিতে সবার জন্য পুরো মাসের প্ল্যান কিনুন একবার। রবি।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
আমার টক টাইম
ডান
মিতিরার আমার ইন্টারনেট
ডান। মাই রবি অ্যাপের মাই ফ্যামিলিতে সবার জন্য পুরো মাসের প্ল্যান কিনুন একবার। রবি।
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই। সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
আমার টক টাইম
ডান
মিতির আর আমার ইন্টারনেট
ডান মাই রবি অ্যাপের মাই ফ্যামিলিতে সবার জন্য পুরো মাসের প্ল্যান কিনুন একবারে রবি।
He should have hit it out of the ground, just helped it on its way. Then Apif was very lucky. Very, very lucky. Put down a third man. Again, another regulation catch. But it was very clever. Extremely clever batting by Apif Hussain and some big ones from Daud. And eventually just smacked it out, just holding it to the wicket keeper, just lobbing it to the keeper.
Shivagatatham was the next one up. Thick outside edge down to third man. Was well held in the end by Karim Janat. And Afif, he's got such ability, this man. In the end, very well caught by Iftika. In came the Irish all-rounder, drafted into the side, having recently landed. And it looked as though he had been here for 3 weeks already. So, along with Irfan, was quite sensational. Their partnership at the back end, ensuring that there certainly is something to bowl at for the Chattogram challengers. Shakib in particular came in for an awful pasting, but the end inflicted the run out that got rid of Irfan. Comfort was not out on 45 of just 23 deliveries, but 168 is what they ended up with. The Fortune Barishal do have a very good batting lineup, a very attacking batting lineup, and this will be an interesting chase for them. Very good crowd has come in here today in Sylhet a little bit earlier. We saw the home side, the Sylhet Strikers, so well supported, but unfortunately ended up on the losing side. Not many have left. There's a few that have left disappointed because of the Strikers' performance, but there is still a lot of people here to support the challengers, and one of their favourite sons as well of Bangladesh cricket, Shakib Al Hasan. Roshan, what do you think of the total that has been posted? Yeah, what do you make of the surface?
I think it's a very good score. Chattogram has got the runs on the board, so Barishal will have to bat really well from here. It looks a decent surface, and I thought the way they paced the innings, you spoke about Camper, you spoke about Irfan, the way they paced that partnership and the way they really took on the bowling. What baffled me was Shakib just somehow having to bowl that last over. You haven't really seen him do that. He generally bowls in the middle and has a seamer bowling at the end, but bowling to a left-hander, and also Camper just enjoyed it. And I thought that was a bit of a mistake, not a bit of a mistake, it was a huge mistake on the part of Fortune Barishal. 18 runs can be pretty decisive in the final analysis of this game. But still, as you correctly said, Fortune Barishal has a very strong batting lineup. The Barishal batters have been successful, but let's not forget that Chattogram, they've got the runs on the board. That's what's important.
You know, the one thing that the Fortune Barishal have done is they've mixed and matched their batting lineup. They've been very flexible with who's walked in at the top, who's walked. Yeah, the finisher. And as you've mentioned, 168 is what is on the board. It is a challenging chase, but they're still going to have to bowl well, because these fellas, they've hit more sixes than any other side in the competition.
Let's also not forget, here are the openers coming out. Let's also not forget that the dependency on Barishal has been mainly on Shakib and to some extent Iftika. So it's important that the rest of the batters also show up, because you can't expect this duo to carry on every day and bail them out of jail. So that's another area they'll have to look at very closely, Fortune Barishal. But I think they got the wherewithal, they got the batting muscle to do that. The top order has been good. It's a matter of just firing. It's just one innings. But Chattogram, on the other hand, they need to get their act together. They haven't been the best in the tournament. They've had mixed fortunes. But here is a massive opportunity to beat one of the top teams.
And talk about that batting being reliant on Shakib and Iftika's finishing. They've left out their third highest run getter in Ibrahim Zadran, the Afghan top order batter, opting to go with Chaturanga De Silva, the Sri Lankan all-rounder. It will be Anamul Haq top of the order.
সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
The plan generally in the power plays with this kind of field has been full and wide. There's a third on the boundary. There's also a man at square leg. But in a sense, it also brings in a certain amount of risk into that bowling because there is nobody behind backward point. It's a very difficult time to bowl. The power plays, you've got to be on the money.
I really hope the ploy is not full and wide, because you can't bowl full and wide to this field. You need to be straight because you've got a deep square leg. And you've got a third man, so you need to be back of a length or on a length and straight. Maybe the batter can run you down to third man, or if you get a little bit too straight, pick you off your pads. But if you are full and wide, you are going to fetch the ball from the boundary.
Yeah, absolutely right. This field doesn't allow that. I said that's most bowls, that's the way to go, because this is a tight field where you just got two fielders outside the 30-yard circle, third man and backward square leg. So it's so important that the length is right, mid-off and mid-on inside the circle. It becomes an option to go over the top.
No catcher, no slip. No wide call. Oh, the batter not happy with that, is it?
Oh, that was down the leg side. Certainly a bit good heat by the bowler. Rathan Joy certainly bending his back. That really went down the leg side. Yeah, I think that was down the leg side. That should have been a wide.
No, the wide wasn't called. He's advanced. Nicely bowled. I must admit, though, it is a competition where, or a tournament where I've seen players have a lot more dialogue with umpires than in other tournaments or cricket matches. They tend to not be happy with the men in the middle at times, but they've done a steady job. They've done a very steady job. Umpire David Milnes at the non-strikers end from England. Oh, he's given him another one. He's given him another one, but this will be a no ball.
Yeah, that's the second one for the over. Really rushed him. Look at this. Onto him quickly. Very quickly. Beat Gun records it at 143. That was really quick. It spoiled the over. He's bowled 5 dot balls and then just happens to bowl the no ball. The single and the free hit.
Well, this is high.
আমার টক টাইম
ডান
মিতির আর আমার ইন্টারনেট
ডান। মাই রবি অ্যাপের মাই ফ্যামিলিতে সবার জন্য পুরো মাসের প্ল্যান কিনুন একবারে। রবি।
Down to come in at number 3. He has opened the innings for the Borishal during this edition of the Bangladesh Premier League.
Contrasting from either end, left arm bowlers. Bowler at the other end was brisk, he was sharp, he was bouncy. But Rana on the other hand, not much bounce, lack of pace, almost dying as it went through to the keeper.
Just going across the right-hander. You're right, you know, great word dying. The ball, it is just stopping in the surface, and then the keeper's having to inhale in order for the ball to get to him.
True, even that delivery stopped a bit. The batter's feet went nowhere. The length was good. It's a difficult angle because he's going over the wicket and looking to go across the right-hander. And also, I thought he was looking to roll his fingers on top of it. Very good length. It's a tight length.
And again. This time bowled into the wicket. And again, the ball just dies. And there's no doubt it's early on in proceedings here, but that the Borishal will start to feel a little bit of pressure. These two at the front, they know what's to come. And sometimes you feel a little bit of pressure just knowing that there's batters that are still to come that can score quickly. And you think, should we be getting on with it? Even early on in the piece. But that's 3 dot balls now. Sent back. He would have been miles out. He was nearly sold down the river, wasn't he?
I thought that was the fault of the batter. For sure, the non-strike, I would say. There was no run. Oh, in fact, he called him. He called him. But he had gone almost passing the no-return point. The initial movement of Anamol was an invitation, the possibility of a run. But the non-striker too, I thought, started off rather blindly. Very lucky. Will release some pressure. 4 dot balls followed by a 6. That was a quicker one. Once off, where pace was off, wasn't easy. He was struggling to time the ball. He was struggling to find the middle or find the bat at all. But this time, ball coming on, really used the pace of the ball. Enjoyed it.
That will make him feel a whole lot better, Animal. I mean, that near run out was just evidence of the pressure that he was starting to feel. Massive 6, 12 from the over, 14 without loss.
খেলা তো পাল্টাবেই সারা দেশে সেরা ইন্টারনেট এক্সপিরিয়েন্স নিয়ে রবি আগামীর জন্য রেডি।
পেরিয়ে দূরত্বের সীমানা, জীবনের নতুন সম্ভাবনাগুলো আজ পাড়ি দেয় বহু পথ। আপনার নতুন দারাজ।
Second over. They really were putting the squeeze on, weren't they? They really were. And then this happens.
Well, this was the first one. Pace on the ball, 137 that was, and the follow-up was almost the identical length and pace. He enjoyed the pace. The length was fine to play the pull. Garena just making the mistake of pace on the ball and identical length, allowing the batter to play those horizontal shots. As you said, definitely the pressure off.
Yeah, good single. Good single. Nice early call, and the non-striker responds and canters in.
Good pace from Mrityunjoy. Hurried the batter. Pushing and dropping and running. He's worked up a very, very good head of steam. Life just getting off stride. Just a slide back away from side. Just opening himself a bit for that single.
Wants to try and get the ball through that offside field. You're looking to go over the top. There's no sweeper on the offside. You can almost play a conventional cut shot rather than trying to hit the ball on the up over extra cover. Just try and time the ball when it's this sort of pace being delivered across you as a right-hander. You've just got to get a little bit of bat on it.
It was an ambitious shot. He was aiming to go over extra cover, and in the end, even if he found an edge, it would have flown over mid-point. But still, as you say, if the length was right to play the square cut.
Just trying to hit the ball a little bit too hard at the moment. There's plenty of pace to work with here. Mrityunjoy is delivering it at over 140 consistently. Just conventional cricket strokes here. That's all it needs to be played.
Very, very quickly. That's another thing about this league as far as Bangladesh cricket is concerned. You've seen some really special cricketers. Now you'd see Mrityunjoy, someone who's really bowling left arm over the wicket and bowling quickly. Genuine pace. We've seen Taskin Ahmed bowl like this. Now we see Mrityunjoy. We've seen some outstanding batsmanship from youngsters. I think they should be pleased with a league like this, just unearthing so much of talent.
And that whacks into the keeper's gloves. 3 gone, 16 without loss.
আমার টক টাইম
ডান
মিতির আর আমার ইন্টারনেট
ডান মাই রবি অ্যাপের মাই ফ্যামিলিতে সবার জন্য পুরো মাসের প্ল্যান কিনুন একবারে রবি।
Someone, Janat, the all-rounder. They've got plenty of power. They bat deep. The captain into the attack. Immediately he gets dispatched over mid-wicket. No time to settle here.
Well, Subagato, home coming on to bowl his off-spin. The first delivery off-spin tossed up. And well, look at where Animal is going. Perfect shot. On a length, wicket to wicket, becomes an easy option with the ball spinning back. In fact, just outside the off stump, the slog sweeps out, and so are the towels. He's just taken the towel out. So, may not spell really good news for the